And now we're going to go to Prashant, who's going to talk about Enterprise Browser. Again, that's our web browser application for HTML, JavaScript, and CSS3 applications that are running on Zebra devices. Prashant, you ready?
Yeah, now I'm
Thank
going
you.
to quickly browse through this. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. See my screen?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, my name is Prashant Kador, based in Holswell, New York. I lead the engineering teams that develop applications, tools, solutions, including enterprise browser. I have less than 5 minutes, I think, so that we have 5 minutes for Q&A. Otherwise, I'll eat into my own presentation time that's coming after this. So Ken talked about a few things. I'm going to touch on 2 or 3 very important things, and then I'm going to stop talking. One is the SAP Bundle. That is one of the most popular bundle that we are offering. That's a SKU, SAP SKU that you can buy. And what that does is it prepares your SAP applications to adapt to different screen sizes, and then different screen sizes and resolutions also, right? And then it also brings certain features, which I'm going to go through this very quickly, without which you won't be able to do it. Why is it so important that we need to do it for SAP? Because one, oops, sorry. Right. Okay. The UI, when the SAP application comes on many of the Android devices, or even on the old Windows CE devices, the UI is not always very user-friendly. That means it is either taking up too much space or taking up too little space, and the buttons are all over the place, and the buttons are not big enough or too big, those kind of things, right? And then that can be customized using our SAP bundle. I talked about the height adjustment. Function keys, SAP depends on function keys a lot, right? Whereas Android does not even know what a function key is. It's not part of Android. So our SAP bundle provides the function keys and also transparent keyboards for devices like WT6000, where it's in landscape mode. So if you put a regular keyboard, it's going to take up the entire, most of the space, and then you won't have space to look at the user interface. What this does is it gives you an option to make it transparent so that you get to see what's behind the screen. And there are a bunch of things, including data wedge scanning support in SAP Bundle, and also SAP network error handling, or if there is something happens, during SAP, you can say, I want you to take them back to the main screen or some other screen that you have. That kind of SAP error handling can also be done here. And then hardware keys can be remapped. I'll talk about this very, very quickly. You can add features like zoom in and zoom out of pages. And then also you can lock the orientation, portrait or landscape, hide the system bar, run it in kiosk mode, and those kind of things. And then some security features also you get, such as clearing cookies and cache, and using offline database, and those kind of configurations also. And then, so I'm going to move on from SAP to the application configurator. And before I get into that, I'll jump onto this third one here, where it talks about DOM injection. DOM injection is a mechanism where you say, I don't want to change the existing code. I don't have time, it's too expensive, and it's been running there. I may not even have source code for this. So what I want to do is inject this code during the runtime so that the behavior of the app changes. The changing of the behavior could be several things. It's very, very powerful, DOM injection. And then it could be, changing the screens, or changing things such as adding features, right? Changing the landscape portrait. There are several things you can do with that DOM injection. Almost you can pretty much rewrite your application with DOM injection. But the enterprise browser provides complete support for DOM injection to modify and then completely control all the behavior of enterprise browser, your applications, and also our Zebra devices. But DOM injection requires you to code in JavaScript. And one is you have to have the skill set, you have to have the experience, and you have to have the time to do it. That's why we came up with this enterprise application configurator. This is a phase one that came out recently. It's a tool on the PC. It's a GUI tool. So it takes away your the requirement to write the JavaScript. It gives you GUI controls to create the JavaScripts in the background. So this is a video. I'm not going to play this video because I don't have enough time here. I'm sure you will get a copy of these slides and you can play that. And on the left-hand side, what you see here is your live screen. If you are developing your application, connect your device to the PC that you have this tool running, and then it gives you live screen. And not only that, it gives you the live screen. It lets you pick the fields that you are interested in. In this case, address field is picked, and then on the right-hand side, you want to say, I want to be able to scan the address. My application currently is coming from Windows, or it's coming from some other devices, and then it does not have the scanning capabilities. I want to make use of the scanning power that Zebra brings, right? And then, so you get to pick what kind of scanner you want to use, and then symbologies. And then if you want to massage it, that means I only want 4, I want to take away the prefixes, and I want to massage the data. I want to throw away the last 4 characters. All those kind of things you can do. And then that's the data formatting. And then you can, and then now all of a sudden you have the scanning capabilities in your application. Similarly, you can add the keyboard capability, enterprise keyboard that we just talked about. It gives you very powerful enterprise options that the regular Google Gboard doesn't give you, right? And then it gives you option to create your own keyboard, and then you get to control it from your applications the way you want it. And what that does is you can say when the focus comes on this this field, I want to start the enterprise keyboard, and I have a function key keyboards that I want to use, and then you can add that here without having to write the code. Similarly, you can add voice input, voice output, keyboard input, and then even printer output. You can do this through the configurator. And this is only the beginning. We're going to add more and more DOM injection capability in here so that you have to do less and less code. You have to do less and less testing because we are taking care of all of this for you. Moving on, EB APIs. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to go through this, but the bottom line is the hardware control, Zebra value adds, device configuration, device locking, and then also some of the features such as orientation, aesthetic kind of features that you get to change. All these APIs gives you that complete power to do a lot of this. These are the high-level APIs. Underneath that, there are several APIs that really support these categories. And another thing, recently we added disabling keyboard. If you only want scanning, you want to disable keyboard. Here is some code snippet. I'm going to move on. Kiosk mode, how to run it in kiosk mode. And then just to show here, right, this is the SAP screen. That is how it would show if you don't do anything. If you run it in Chrome, that's what you're going to see. And then what you can do is with our DOM injection capability, you can map it to this. And then as you can see on the bottom, we have created, you can create a function key layout, or you can use one of our key layout that we have. And how you create these function key layouts, there is another PC tool. You can drag and drop. You can design your own keyboards that way. And then there the function key is being used, as you can see. And hardware key remapping. So those who have hardware key, the devices, you can remap them using EB. And then also recently we add multi-sessions. That means you can have right here multiple tabs so that you don't have to switch from app to app. So these multiple tabs are capable of keeping the sessions intact. So you go to another tab and come back, it keeps the tab, the session live. And in the same session, you don't want the tab approach, you want the shortcut approach. That means you are using EHS and you want to have multiple shortcuts depending on what application you're using. You can create the shortcuts as well with the latest ones. And I'm going to stop here. Any questions here? I'm going to stop and then I'll hand over to Baby on this one.
Hey, hi, Prashant, it's Stacy. So far, we don't have anything. If anyone is interested in any questions here, the Q&A is open always for you. I think we'll just take a quick moment here as we transition into your next talk, Prashant. If you want to get that set up, if everybody has to take a minute stretch break, go right ahead, and we'll just get it underway. Oh, wait, we do have something. Tobias asked, how is voice input done in the enterprise browser? Usually you need a third-party speech recognition software for this. Is this already integrated?
So we are using the Google voice engine that is there. And there are also options we are looking at currently, make it a more input plugin. If you want to add other voice engines, we will build that capability as well. Currently it uses Google voice engine.
All right, that seems to be it. Quick stretch break. Prashant, you want to get set up for the next one?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. That was our energy break. There you go. Prashant, we did have one more question. I'm sorry, I didn't see this. So can you address this quickly here?
Sure.
Gert said, is the logon screen also customized? It's not full screen for SAP Enterprise Browser.
So say that again, logon screen in SAP, is that the ask?
Is the logon screen also customized? It's not full screen for SAP Enterprise Browser.
Yeah, it can be customized too.
Okay, great.
But please reach out to me if you need help with that.
Absolutely. And now for Mobility DNA. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks. This is Prashant Kadur again. I lead the engineering team that are responsible for several tools, application solutions, including Enterprise Browser and overall Mobility DNA suite. And Mobility DNA is a wide range of applications, which I'm going to go through very quickly. And the agenda is really introduce you to the Mobility DNA overview, and then I'll get to the topic of the of today's presentation, the latest on MDNA. There are a lot of things that keep coming in MDNA. I'll try to be as brief as possible, and then there is plenty of information available online, so you guys can go and take a look at it. And MDNA, overall, you can see that here there are 4 categories: business tools, productivity tools, management tools, and development tools or developer tools. The idea is to get you guys going as quickly as possible, lock the device as quickly as possible, stage the device as quickly as possible, enroll the device as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, and then provide the great user experience when it comes to some of the operator related or end user related tools, and then also provide great APIs and SDKs, including Enterprise Browser, when it comes to developer persona. And just to quickly go through what they are, not necessarily there are several tools beyond MDNA, and these are the MDNA tools that come under MDNA, but Zebra obviously provides a lot more tools that are directly or indirectly related to the productivity as well as reducing errors. On the business tool side, you have Workforce Connect, TechSpeech Pro, and SmartDex. And then on the productivity side, you have Simscan, AllTouch TE. We talked about some of these. Data Wedge for scanning and then capturing data, Swipe Assist, Power Precision, Enterprise Keyboard. Power Precision is the battery, the so-called smart battery that Zebra has provided, and then how to manage that smart battery. And then Enterprise Keyboard, I talked about Enterprise Keyboard, creating your own keyboard, using the keyboard that Zebra provides that's geared towards enterprise use case rather than consumer use case. And then on the management tools, App Gallery, that's a, I thought I removed it, but it's a deprecated tool. And then you have Stage Now that helps you with staging the device before EMMs can take over, or continue to use Stage Now tool for those who don't have EMM. And then there is EMM Toolkit here, which provides access to, provides EMMs access to our value adds as far as how to configure Zebra devices and use Zebra value adds through EMMs. And then you have Enterprise Home Screen. So this replaces the home screen that is provided by Android, and then you get to customize it. It also helps you configure the device settings, including locking the devices. I'll get to that a little bit, but I'm not going to get too deep into any one of these. Lifeguard is making sure that you have the security updates for all your devices. The whole life cycle, the device life cycle is supported through Lifeguard here. On the developer tools, we talked about Enterprise Browser. You have EMDK for Android, EMDK for Xamarin, and then support for APIs through MX, right? And so when you see EMM Toolkit here, it uses MX to provide the interface to the EMMs, but MX also provides interface to the app developers through EMDK. We talked about this. I touched upon each one of these. And Simscan is the document capture. So I just want to make an announcement here. There was an old Simscan, legacy Simscan, that is gone, that is being deprecated. It is replaced with a new next-gen Simscan as part of the scanning within Data Wedge. However, while we are adding more features in certain areas, in some areas we are not, we don't have the same feature set as the old legacy Simscan. All that information is available on TechText. Please go and look at it. And I'm going to move on. We talked about Enterprise Keyboard, and here is the Enterprise Keyboard. This is on the right-hand side is the Enterprise Keyboard that Zebra provides. And as you can see, you also have a scanning capability in this keyboard, obviously geared towards enterprise use case rather than the Gboard, right? So this can be downloaded and then installed on your application. And then we keep updating this with new features. So you get to pick what version you want to install on your application, right? And you don't have to do anything. You get to control the behavior of this enterprise keyboard through EMMs. If you need it to, right? For example, you can say, I only want numeric keypad. I don't want alpha, or I don't want special characters, and I don't want emojis. Those kind of configuration you can do. On top of that, we provide this Enterprise Keyboard Designer. That's a PC tool. You get to decide, you get to design your own keyboard, and you can use it when you want it and how you want it in your applications. You can write code in your application to invoke a key layout that you have created, or you can use Data Wedge to say, hey, Data Wedge, when my application, my GUI comes to the foreground, I want you to load this function keys here, right? And by the way, these key layouts We provide some already canned key layouts, but you get to create however you want it. And this is an example of the transparent key layout. Here on this side, this key layout has images, right, instead of the text, so that you can use it. On this side, we are making use of the vertical space instead of horizontal key layout, so that on devices like WT6000, where it's landscape, you get to make use of this space. So that's the enterprise keyboard. Is a tool on the PC. Like I said, it's a drag and drop. You can say these many, I only want numeric. I'm going to create a numeric for 1 through 9. That's all they're going to see, right? Or you can say there is also another feature, which is these are canned keywords. That means you get to say, these are my canned words. Clean up in aisle 4, clean up in aisle 2, call support. They don't get to type anything. They get to pick only those options. That kind of feature also Enterprise Keyboard Designer provides, which you can create your own key layouts. Data wedge, most of you should know what data wedge is. Those who are using Zebra devices, it's a very powerful tool. It keeps track of who is in the foreground, what GUI is, not just the application, what GUI is in the foreground. And then you can create a profile saying that I want data wedge to do this. I want data wedge to scan these kind of barcodes, and then also collect information. Data wedge also supports on selected devices, RFID, and those and also old MSR devices. Some of the MSR is also supported. And then data wedge knows how to pass that the data back to your application. The cool thing about it is you may not have to modify your application at all. Data wedge knows how to put the data into the keyboard queue. So it's as if someone is typing it, it goes and puts the data into your application. Now you might say, hold on a second, I have a 2D barcode. I don't want all of those data going into my app. I want to process it. How can you do it? The data wedge has API. It calls you intents, gives you intent, and it calls you back, and then you can process the data however you want it. That's the data wedge. It also has this so-called swipe assist. Basically, what swipe assist is, you can say, hey, look, I want a floating soft key on my application GUI, and then I should be able to move it. I should be able to control the size, the background color, those kind of things. And so I don't want to write my own soft key. Can you do that for me? And that's where the swipe assist comes. You can enable it, you can disable it, you can hide it, or you can show it. And coming to the management, stage now is for staging. Basically, when you take the device out of the box, there is nothing running on it. If you have one device, yeah, you can use Android tools to configure the device to get on the Wi-Fi, and then maybe pull your EMMs, install your EMM app, and then get that going. Okay, that's good for 10 devices, maybe 25 devices. But if you have several hundred, several thousand devices, that's not going to happen. So someone needs to stage the device, or you can even call it enroll the device, however you want to call it. But the point is, before you manage a device, you got to be on your Wi-Fi at least, so that you can push, you can install the apps, and maybe that's an EMM app. They become the device owner, and then they take over the control. But how do you do this in mass? That's where the stage now comes. You can create profiles. You can say, this is what I want to do with stage now, and then it creates a barcode. What you need to do with your devices is either use NFC or barcode, scan, 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 or NFC bump, 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 and then it stages the device. Then your EMMs takes over. Just want to make sure. Home screen, like I said, it replaces the Android home screen. Also, it provides some of the locking capabilities of the device. For example, you can say, I don't want a camera being used. I don't want this app being used, or I don't want settings to be used. And I only want so certain parts of the settings, such as volume and then the display and the about box, those are the only thing I want them to use, because that really should be configured by end users, not by admins. Or you can say, I don't want this this device to be connected to a PC through USB and use ADB to poke around, those kind of things. That's what EHS gives you. EHS is going to go through a major kind of a phase shift pretty soon, and a next generation EHS, we are thinking about it. Very exciting. And then development tools, EMDK for Android, so you get to write your application in the using Java on Android. And Xamarin, you get to use Xamarin instead of, so you get to use .NET, CS, C# instead of using Java. And then enterprise browser, we talked about it, HTML5, JavaScript, and all of that. And EMM toolkit is for, it's not for everybody, it's for EMMs to access our value adds and configs so that they can bring it into their consoles. I am going to skip the enterprise browser and all of that, EMM toolkit, and then I'm going to come to some of the important things, such as tech docs. We talked about it just a while ago. This is very important. All our information is in tech docs, MDNA information, including developer tool documentation, APIs, tutorials, sample codes, user guide, best practices, links to download pages, and support. All of this come under that. I have the link. There is the tech docs Zebra. And then we also have I don't have it here, a landing page for MDNA, which basically gives you all the new latest changes, latest addition in MDNA is captured there. So you don't have to go around trying to find out what is where in under each of these tools. It's all in one place. You can, it shows the use case and the feature, and then you can click on that, and then you go to the relevant component. Now coming to MDNA, I will, let me see if I just quickly play this. This is the device tracker. It tracks and finds the misplaced Zebra mobile devices. It is coming soon. It's not released yet. It is, bottom line is it uses the access point and then BLE and then uses the sound to go closer to the last device, and then use BLE to get even closer, and then ring the bell on the last device so that you can go pick it up. Let me see if I can just quickly play this. This is, if I don't have time, sometimes the connections are pretty slow at my home. All right, I'm gonna,
There is no sound with this video, just so you know.
oh,
I thank
sorry,
you, James.
I thought I had figured this out. Can someone help me here? What's the way to enable?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Hopefully,
It should work. You might need to go into your Zoom settings for it, but
The sound is not coming in.
right.
So what'd you say?
We
I
know.
said there is no sound in it.
No, I was just asking what is I forgot how to do it.
It's on the top of Zoom in the 3 dots of options. Share audio, desktop audio, something like that.
Thank you. That's what I
No
missed.
worries.
There you go. I knew it was up there.
Serve your customers. With thousands of
Can you
square
guys hear?
feet in your retail store or warehouse, it's
Yes.
easy for workers to misplace their device. And finding devices can be like finding a needle in a haystack. And every missing device impacts workforce productivity and your return on investment. Introducing Zebra Technologies Device Tracker, the enterprise-grade software solution that helps you track and find lost and misplaced devices. Part of Zebra's Mobility DNA suite of value-added applications, this cloud-based solution is easy to deploy, and there's no additional infrastructure to purchase and manage. And the result is you have maximum device availability, maximum device value, maximum return on investment, and maximum workforce productivity. No matter where you are or your devices are, IT administrators will have instant visibility to all of their devices across all locations, right in the palm of their hands. They can prevent a device from becoming misplaced by taking quick action for devices that are about to go offline due to their battery levels. And when a device becomes misplaced, they will know who is using the device, the site location it was in, and what specific area in the facility it was being used. Then, by using the simple Geiger counter style proximity indicator, local workers and managers can quickly find the device by searching easily identifiable areas, while remotely ringing the missing device at any time, helping them find the device even when it's not in view. Put the power to track your Zebra Android mobile devices in the palm of your hands with Device Tracker, only from Zebra.
Okay, so that was the device tracker, which is going to be released very soon. Please note this is an on-cloud solution. Zebra hosts this. All you need to do is install the APK on your devices.
Alexa, we have somebody else.
Yodel.
I'm sorry,
You want to say hi to Kitty?
Oh, hello, Kitty.
can you guys hear me okay?
It sounds like your YouTube video is still playing in the background.
Thought it was
Oh
fine.
boy.
There you go. We love the puppy pictures.
Yeah, I don't use Zoom much, so that's the problem here. Sorry about that. All right, so moving on, this is some of the latest features. I'll talk about it. One of the things we added is Smart Leash features. We have several BT peripherals. Many of you know there are several Bluetooth scanners. It's used in many places with many of our devices for several use cases in several verticals. One of the problems is because it's BT, you can easily lose it. And Smart Leash will help you solve that problem if the device is, if the BT accessory or the device is going away from each other, it starts ringing and starts alerting so that you can go pick it up. So I'm not going to play the videos here because just don't have time, but these are nice videos to see how things work. And then recently we added so-called document capture in our next-gen Simscan, where it's called anchor barcode. That means if there is a barcode, you get to say, I want to capture the barcode and also these fields, capture these fields. It's not OCR, but it captures the image of that field. And one of the use cases, I want to be able to capture the signature, right? That has been there for like 3 months or so. Lately, what we added is detecting the presence of a signature. If it is empty, if they haven't put in the signature, even though we capture that area, we tell the line of business application, I don't see anything that is that looks like a signature here, right? If someone just draws a line, there is some intelligence built into this. If someone just draws a line, we won't accept it. Well, we say, look, there is a problem with this. Maybe it's not a signature. Those kind of features we have added recently. And then smart repository. So I think what we did is in Stage Now, I talked about Stage Now. Stage Now does a lot of things, staging your device and everything. But recently we added features to go to our Zebra Lifeguard Smart Repository. And if you are entitled for an update, you can Stage Now can pull it down and include it, and then you can use the barcode or NFC to upgrade your device to the latest updates. So that is the that's what this is about. And and the next one is in Data Wedge. So this one is to capture. This is also a document capture. Earlier, we did not have an option to capture the entire document, entire page, let's say, right? You had an option to, you had to have a barcode, and then you had the option to capture some of the parts of that barcode. But in this one, you can capture the entire document, but it does not have to have a barcode there, right? And then it uses our imager. And also you can use the camera. Wake up and scan, that's the latest one in Data Wedge, another one. So if your device is sleeping, and then what you had to do is you had to press the scan, you had to press the button to wake up the device, and then go into the scanning part of it. So for productivity point of view and efficiency point of view, how about if you press the button and it wakes up and starts scanning right away, right? If you press the scanning button. All these have small videos, demo videos. Please take a look at it. And then we talked about enterprise browser and term-based licensing. That feature was recently added. 1, 3, and 5 years term-based licensing features were added. And in the power button, you can enable to switch between different touch modes or disable it. Glove, stylus, and finger usage. That means if you press and hold it, you get to say, oh, I want to switch to glove, I want to switch it to stylus, or just the finger. Earlier, you had to use the settings app to do it. Now it's in the power button itself. Or you can say, I don't want this in my power, and disable it. And another one is multiple barcode scanning. So I'm going to very quickly move forward in this one. This is 1 or 2 slides left. This is, there was, today you can use only one scan at a time, either built-in or a BT scanner. Here it's built, you can use both built-in and a BT scanner simultaneously. The use case is, I'm driving this truck, and then there are barcodes nearby, and then there are barcodes that are on top, they're far. I use BT to scan the far away barcode, whereas the built-in scanner for the nearby barcodes. And I'll stop there. Thank you. Any questions?
Hi, Prashant. We have a couple of questions here. And everybody, just a quick reminder, go ahead and put them in the Q&A. Herbert asks regarding EB printer API, are there plans to update to still sellable Zebra printers? Install for maybe install sellable Zebra printers. It lists MZ320, QLN 320. He would like to know how to utilize Netlink OS printers with EB.
Okay, what I would suggest is please get in touch with me. We'll see where we can put that. Currently, we are not looking at it, but we'll definitely take a look at it and then add it to our backlog.
Okay, then Phil asked, are the new and improved Data Wedge features also available in the Data Wedge API?
Data Wedge APIs, yes. When we add a new feature, it has become our strategy that we provide all of those features accessible via APIs, yes.